The story of Noah's Ark is a profound narrative that resonates across various cultures and religions, serving as a powerful symbol of faith, survival, and divine intervention. At its core, the tale recounts how Noah, chosen by God, built an immense ark to save his family and pairs of every animal species from a catastrophic flood meant to cleanse the earth of its wickedness. This narrative, found primarily in the Book of Genesis in the Hebrew Bible, has transcended its biblical origins, appearing in numerous forms in 2008 different cultures, including the Epic of Gilgamesh from ancient Mesopotamia, where a character named Utnapishtim survives the Great Flood in a similar manner. The significance of Noah's Ark extends beyond mere survival. It embodies themes of hope, renewal, and the enduring relationship between humanity and the divine. The story invites reflection on moral integrity and the consequences of human actions, making it relevant across generations. Intriguingly, the narrative is enriched by texts like the Book of Enoch, which introduces the concept of the Watchers, angels who descended to Earth and interacted with humans, leading to a blend of divine and earthly realms. These Watchers are often depicted as both guardians and transgressors, adding layers of complexity to the understanding of divine justice and human free will. The Book of Enoch, while not included in the canonical Bible, offers fascinating insights into the ancient worldview and the spiritual struggles of humanity, prompting discussions about the nature of good and evil. As we delve into this exploration of ancient texts, we will uncover how these stories have shaped modern beliefs and continue to influence our understanding of morality, spirituality, and the human condition. This journey through the narrative surrounding Noah's Ark and its cultural connections promises to be an engaging examination of how ancient wisdom still resonates today, inviting us to reflect on our own beliefs and the lessons we can draw from these timeless stories. The biblical account of Noah, the Ark, and the flood is a cornerstone narrative found in the Book of Genesis, specifically in chapters 6 through 9. This story begins with a grim depiction of humanity's moral decay, where the wickedness of mankind had reached such a level that God decided to cleanse the earth through a great flood. In this context, Noah emerges as a pivotal figure, described as a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and one who walked faithfully with God. His selection by God to build the ark signifies not only his personal virtue, but also his role as a beacon of hope in a world steeped in corruption. The narrative unfolds with God instructing Noah to construct an enormous vessel, the ark, capable of housing his family and pairs of every animal species, thus preserving life amidst impending destruction. The detailed specifications for the ark, including its dimensions and materials, underscore the seriousness of Noah's mission and the gravity of the situation at hand. As the floodwaters rise, the narrative emphasizes the totality of the divine judgment, with rain pouring for 40 days and nights, and the earth being submerged underwater. This catastrophic event serves as a divine reset for humanity, a moment where God intervenes to eradicate evil and start anew. The flood is not merely a punishment, but a necessary act to restore balance and righteousness to creation. After the waters recede, Noah and his family emerge from the ark, symbolizing a fresh beginning for civilization. God establishes a covenant with Noah, promising never to destroy the earth by flood again, and the rainbow becomes a sign of this everlasting promise. This covenant is significant as it marks the establishment of a new relationship between God and humanity, emphasizing themes of mercy, hope, and the potential for redemption. Noah's role as the chosen one to restart civilization is profound. He embodies the qualities of faithfulness and obedience, serving as a model for future generations. His actions demonstrate the importance of listening to divine guidance and the impact one individual can have in the face of widespread moral failure. The narrative of Noah's Ark, therefore, is not just a story of survival, but a powerful allegory about the possibility of renewal and the enduring nature of faith. It invites readers to reflect on their own lives, the choices they make, and the importance of striving for righteousness in a world that often seems chaotic and unjust. The significance of this account extends beyond its historical context, resonating with themes of hope, divine justice, and the potential for humanity to rise above its flaws. As we delve deeper into this narrative, we uncover layers of meaning that continue to inspire and challenge believers and scholars alike, making the story of Noah's Ark a timeless testament to the complexities of faith and the human experience. The Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text attributed to Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, offers a fascinating glimpse into the spiritual and cosmological beliefs of early Judaism. Historically, this text is believed to have been composed between the 3rd century BCE and the 1st century CE, during a time when Jewish thought was evolving in response to Hellenistic influences and the challenges of foreign rule. The Book of Enoch is not included in the canonical Bible, yet it was widely read and respected in certain Jewish circles and early Christian communities. Its rediscovery in the late 18th century, particularly through the efforts of explorers and scholars who unearthed manuscripts in Ethiopia, has sparked renewed interest in its themes and teachings. The text is divided into several sections, with the most notable being the Book of the Watchers, which delves into the story of the Watchers, angels who descended to earth and interacted with humanity. Enoch's journey to heaven is a central theme in the Book of Enoch, where he is depicted as a righteous man who is taken up to the celestial realms to receive divine revelations. This journey is marked by vivid descriptions of the heavenly hierarchy, including various orders of angels and celestial beings. Enoch encounters the throne of God, witnesses the divine judgment, and learns about the fate of the wicked and the righteous. The imagery used in these passages is rich and symbolic, portraying a complex cosmology that reflects the ancient understanding of the universe as a place filled with both divine and malevolent forces. Enoch's role as a mediator between God and humanity underscores his significance as a prophetic figure, emphasizing the importance of righteousness and the consequences of moral failure. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Book of Enoch is the account of the Watchers, a group of angels who descended to earth and took human wives, leading to the birth of the Nephilim, giants who were said to be both mighty and corrupt. The actions of the Watchers are depicted as a transgression against divine order, as they not only engaged in forbidden relationships, but also imparted forbidden knowledge to humanity, including secrets of heaven and earth. This act of rebellion against God had dire consequences, resulting in the corruption of humanity and ultimately leading to the Great Flood as described in the Genesis narrative. The implications of the Watchers' actions are profound. They highlight the tension between divine authority and human free will, as well as the consequences of straying from the path of righteousness. The Nephilim, as offspring of the Watchers, symbolize the blending of the divine and human realms, raising questions about the nature of evil and the potential for humanity to fall into chaos. The Book of Enoch serves as a cautionary tale, warning against the dangers of hubris and the pursuit of knowledge without moral restraint. It invites readers to reflect on the nature of sin and the importance of adhering to divine commandments. The narrative of Enoch and the Watchers resonates with themes of judgment, redemption, and the hope for restoration, making it a significant text for understanding the complexities of faith and morality in the ancient world. As we explore the revelations contained within the Book of Enoch, we uncover a rich tapestry of beliefs that continue to influence contemporary thought, inviting us to consider the enduring questions of good and evil, the nature of the divine, and the responsibilities of humanity in the face of temptation and moral ambiguity. The legacy of Enoch and the Watchers remains relevant today, challenging us to navigate our own spiritual journeys with wisdom and discernment. The story of Noah's Ark is not an isolated narrative. It resonates with a multitude of flood myths found across various cultures, each reflecting unique beliefs while sharing striking similarities. One of the most notable parallels is found in the Epic of Gilgamesh, an ancient Mesopotamian text that predates the biblical account. In this epic, the character Utnapishtim is warned by the god Ea about an impending flood meant to destroy humanity due to its wickedness. Utnapishtim builds a massive boat, much like Noah's Ark, to save himself, his family, and a selection of animals. The flood narrative in the Epic of Gilgamesh emphasizes themes of divine judgment and the preservation of life, mirroring the biblical account in significant ways. Another prominent flood myth can be found in Hindu traditions, particularly in the story of Manu, who is warned by the god Vishnu about a catastrophic flood that will engulf the earth. Vishnu instructs Manu to build a large boat to save himself, his family, and the seeds of all living creatures. This narrative also highlights the themes of divine warning and survival, as Manu's actions reflect obedience to divine instruction, paralleling Noah's faithfulness in the biblical account. These flood myths share common themes that transcend cultural boundaries, particularly the motif of divine warning. In each narrative, a deity or divine being communicates impending doom to a chosen individual, who then takes action to avert total destruction. This theme underscores a belief in the moral order of the universe, where divine forces intervene in human affairs to correct moral failings. The act of building an ark or boat symbolizes not only physical survival, but also spiritual obedience and faith in the divine plan. Moreover, the survival of a select few, often depicted as the righteous or chosen ones, serves to highlight the importance of moral integrity in the face of widespread corruption. In these narratives, the flood acts as a cleansing force, purging the earth of its evils and allowing for a fresh start. This concept of a divine reset resonates deeply within human consciousness, reflecting a collective understanding of the need for renewal and the hope for a better future. The significance of these parallels extends beyond mere storytelling. They offer insights into humanity's shared history and the universal themes that bind us together. The recurrence of flood myths across diverse cultures suggests a common experience of catastrophic events, whether natural disasters or societal upheavals, that have shaped human civilization. These stories serve as cultural touchstones, providing frameworks for understanding the relationship between humanity and the divine, as well as the moral lessons that arise from such trials. Furthermore, the similarities in these narratives invite reflection on the nature of faith and the human condition. They prompt us to consider how different cultures interpret divine intervention and the moral responsibilities that come with it. The act of survival in the face of overwhelming odds becomes a testament to resilience and the enduring spirit of humanity. As we examine these flood myths, we uncover a rich tapestry of beliefs that reveal both the diversity and unity of human thought. The stories of Noah, Utnapishtim, and Manu, while distinct in their cultural contexts, converge on fundamental themes of divine warning, moral integrity, and the hope for renewal. This exploration not only enriches our understanding of ancient narratives, but also encourages us to reflect on our own beliefs and the lessons we can draw from the shared experiences of our ancestors. The examination of flood myths from various cultures highlights the interconnectedness of human history and the universal themes that resonate across time and space. The stories of divine warning and survival serve as powerful reminders of the moral choices we face and the potential for redemption in the wake of calamity. As we navigate our own lives, these ancient narratives continue to inspire and challenge us, urging us to seek righteousness and to remain steadfast in our faith, even in the face of adversity. The legacy of these flood myths endures, inviting us to explore the depths of our shared humanity and the timeless lessons that emerge from our collective past. The search for Noah's Ark has captivated explorers, archaeologists, and theologians for centuries, leading to numerous expeditions and discoveries aimed at uncovering the remnants of this legendary vessel. The narrative of Noah's Ark, as recounted in the Book of Genesis, has inspired a quest for tangible evidence of its existence, particularly in the region of Mount Ararat in Turkey, which is traditionally believed to be the resting place of the Ark after the Great Flood. The historical and modern searches for Noah's Ark have been marked by a mix of fervent belief, scientific inquiry, and controversy, with various expeditions yielding both intriguing findings and contentious claims. One of the earliest recorded searches for Noah's Ark dates back to the 19th century, when explorers began to venture into the rugged terrain of Mount Ararat. The mountain, standing at over 16,000 feet, has long been shrouded in mystery and legend, making it a focal point for those seeking the Ark. In 1949, a significant expedition led by a group of American and Turkish explorers claimed to have discovered the remains of a large wooden structure on the mountain, which they believed to be the Ark. This discovery, however, was met with skepticism and was not substantiated by rigorous scientific evidence. In the following decades, various expeditions continued to explore Mount Ararat and its surroundings. One notable expedition occurred in the 1970s, when a team led by the late Dr. John Morris, a geologist and creationist, conducted research in the area. Morris and his team reported finding what they believed to be petrified wood and other artifacts that could be linked to the Ark. However, these claims were met with criticism from the scientific community, which argued that the findings lacked proper verification and were often based on anecdotal evidence. The Darupanar site, located near Mount Ararat, has also garnered attention as a potential location for Noah's Ark. Discovered in 1959 by a Turkish pilot, the site features a large, boat-shaped formation that some researchers have posited could be the remains of the Ark. In the 1980s, a team of American explorers, including the late Dr. David Fasold, conducted extensive investigations at the Darupanar site. They claimed to have found evidence of a wooden structure beneath the surface, including what they described as arc-shaped formations. However, like many other claims, the evidence presented was met with skepticism, and the scientific community remained divided on the validity of the findings. The significance of Mount Ararat and the Darupanar site extends beyond their geographical locations. They represent the intersection of faith, history, and archaeology. For many believers, the search for Noah's Ark is not merely an archaeological endeavor, but a quest for spiritual truth and validation of biblical narratives. The allure of Mount Ararat as the resting place of the Ark has made it a pilgrimage site for those seeking to connect with their faith and the ancient story of survival. In recent years, the search for Noah's Ark has taken on new dimensions, with modern technology and methods being employed to investigate the claims surrounding its existence. Satellite imagery, ground-penetrating radar, and other advanced techniques have been utilized to explore the mountainous terrain and identify potential archaeological sites. These modern approaches have led to renewed interest in the search, with some researchers claiming to have found anomalies that could indicate the presence of the Ark or related artifacts. Interestingly, the involvement of intelligence agencies, including the CIA, has added a layer of intrigue to the search for Noah's Ark. In the 1970s, reports surfaced suggesting that the CIA had taken an interest in the Ark's location due to its potential implications for geopolitical and religious dynamics in the region. Some conspiracy theories even posited that the agency was involved in suppressing information about the Ark's discovery to prevent religious upheaval. While these claims remain largely speculative, they highlight the intersection of faith, politics, and archaeology in the ongoing quest for the Ark. Despite the fervent searches and claims made by explorers, the evidence surrounding the existence of Noah's Ark remains contentious. Many scientists and archaeologists argue that the claims made by various expeditions lack rigorous scientific validation and often rely on anecdotal evidence or misinterpretations of geological formations. The debate over the authenticity of findings at Mount Ararat and the Darupanar site continues, with some researchers advocating for a more cautious approach to the evidence presented. The controversies surrounding the search for Noah's Ark reflect broader themes in the study of archaeology and the intersection of faith and science. The desire to find tangible evidence of biblical narratives often leads to passionate debates about the validity of claims and the interpretation of findings. For some, the search for the Ark is a matter of faith, while for others, it represents a scientific inquiry into the past. This dichotomy underscores the complexities of exploring ancient narratives and the challenges of reconciling faith-based beliefs with empirical evidence. The historical and modern searches for Noah's Ark have been marked by a rich tapestry of expeditions, discoveries, and controversies. Mount Ararat and the Darupanar site stand as significant locations in this ongoing quest, representing the intersection of faith, history, and archaeology. While the allure of finding the Ark continues to inspire explorers and believers alike, the evidence surrounding its existence remains a topic of debate and skepticism. The search for Noah's Ark serves as a reminder of humanity's enduring fascination with ancient narratives and the quest for understanding our shared history. As technology advances and new methods are employed, the search for the Ark may continue to evolve, inviting further exploration and inquiry into one of the most enduring stories of survival and divine intervention in human history. The Great Flood, as depicted in various cultural narratives, including the biblical account of Noah's Ark, has long intrigued scholars, scientists, and theologians alike. While these narratives often carry profound moral and spiritual significance, scientific inquiry has sought to explore the potential historical and geological events that may have inspired such stories. Among the various theories regarding the Great Flood, the Black Sea Deluge hypothesis stands out as a compelling explanation that links geological evidence with the flood narratives found in ancient texts. Additionally, other theories, such as the impact of solar flares or asteroid strikes, have been proposed as potential causes of global flooding, further enriching our understanding of ancient events. The Black Sea Deluge hypothesis posits that a significant rise in sea levels around 7,500 years ago led to the flooding of the Black Sea, transforming it from a freshwater lake into a saltwater sea. This hypothesis is based on geological evidence suggesting that The Bosporus Strait, which connects the Black Sea to the Mediterranean, was once a land barrier. As the last ice age ended, melting glaciers caused global sea levels to rise, eventually breaching this barrier and flooding the Black Sea basin. This catastrophic event would have inundated coastal settlements and dramatically altered the landscape, potentially inspiring flood narratives in surrounding cultures. The implications of the Black Sea deluge hypothesis for the flood narrative are profound. It suggests that the stories of great floods found in various cultures, including the biblical account of Noah's Ark, may have roots in real historical events. The flooding of the Black Sea would have had a significant impact on the people living in the region, leading to displacement, loss of life, and the need to adapt to new environmental conditions. As these communities recounted their experiences, the tales of survival and divine intervention may have evolved into the flood myths we recognize today. This hypothesis provides a tangible link between geological events and the rich tapestry of human storytelling, illustrating how natural disasters can shape cultural narratives. In addition to the Black Sea deluge hypothesis, other scientific theories have emerged regarding potential causes of global flooding. One such theory involves the impact of solar flares on Earth's climate. Solar flares are bursts of radiation from the sun that can disrupt the Earth's atmosphere and climate systems. Some researchers have suggested that a series of intense solar flares could lead to significant climatic changes, including increased rainfall and flooding. While this theory is still under investigation, it raises intriguing questions about the relationship between solar activity and Earth's environmental conditions, potentially linking cosmic events to historical flooding narratives. Another theory posits that asteroid impacts could have caused catastrophic flooding events in Earth's history. The impact of a large asteroid or comet could lead to massive tsunamis, widespread destruction, and significant changes in climate. For instance, the impact that is believed to have contributed to the extinction of the dinosaurs around 66 million years ago also caused massive environmental upheaval. Such an event could have resulted in flooding in coastal areas and altered weather patterns, leading to prolonged periods of rain and flooding in other regions. This theory suggests that cosmic events may have played a role in shaping the Earth's geological history and could provide a scientific basis for some of the flood narratives found in ancient texts. The importance of scientific inquiry in understanding ancient events cannot be overstated. While flood narratives often carry deep cultural and spiritual significance, scientific research allows us to explore the physical realities that may have inspired these stories. By examining geological evidence, climate data, and historical records, scientists can piece together a more comprehensive understanding of the events that shaped human history. This interdisciplinary approach, which combines geology, archaeology, anthropology, and climatology, enriches our understanding of ancient civilizations and their responses to environmental challenges. Moreover, scientific inquiry encourages critical thinking and skepticism, prompting researchers to question established narratives and seek evidence-based explanations. This process is essential for distinguishing between myth and reality, allowing us to appreciate the cultural significance of flood narratives, while also recognizing their potential historical roots. As scientists continue to investigate the causes of ancient flooding events, they contribute to a broader understanding of humanity's relationship with the environment and the lessons we can learn from our past. The exploration of scientific theories regarding the Great Flood reveals a complex interplay between geological events and cultural narratives. The Black Sea deluge hypothesis offers a compelling explanation for the origins of flood myths, suggesting that real historical events may have inspired these stories. Additionally, theories involving solar flares and asteroid impacts, provide further avenues for understanding potential causes of global flooding. The importance of scientific inquiry in this context cannot be overstated, as it allows us to bridge the gap between ancient narratives and the physical realities of our planet. By examining the evidence and exploring the connections between natural disasters and human storytelling, we gain valuable insights into our shared history and the enduring impact of environmental changes on civilization. As we continue to investigate these ancient events, we not only deepen our understanding of the past, but also enhance our ability to navigate the challenges of the present and future. In this video, we have embarked on a fascinating journey through the rich tapestry of narratives surrounding Noah's Ark, the Book of Enoch, and the cultural parallels that connect these ancient stories across various civilizations. We began by exploring the significance of Noah's Ark, a powerful symbol of faith, survival, and divine intervention found primarily in the Book of Genesis. This narrative not only serves as a cornerstone of Judeo-Christian beliefs, but also resonates with similar flood myths from cultures around the world, such as the Epic of Gilgamesh and the Hindu story of Manu. These parallels highlight a shared human experience of catastrophic events and the moral lessons that arise from them, emphasizing themes of divine warning, survival, and the hope for renewal. We then delved into the Book of Enoch, an ancient text that expands upon the biblical narrative by introducing the enigmatic figure of Enoch and the Watchers, angels who descended to earth and interacted with humanity. This text offers profound insights into the ancient worldview, exploring the complexities of good and evil, divine justice, and the consequences of human actions. The revelations contained within the Book of Enoch invite us to reflect on our own beliefs and the moral choices we face in contemporary society, making it a relevant and thought-provoking exploration of ancient wisdom. Throughout our discussion, we emphasize the importance of examining ancient texts and their relevance today. These narratives not only provide a window into the beliefs and values of past civilizations, but also challenge us to consider how these stories continue to shape our understanding of morality, spirituality, and the human condition. By engaging with these texts, we can draw valuable lessons that resonate with our own lives, encouraging us to strive for righteousness and to seek deeper connections with our shared history. As we conclude this exploration, we encourage you, our viewers, to engage with the content further. If you found this video enlightening, please consider subscribing to our channel for more in-depth discussions on related topics. Your support helps us continue to explore the rich narratives of ancient texts and their implications for modern beliefs. Additionally, liking and sharing this video with friends and family can spark meaningful conversations about these timeless stories and their relevance in today's world. We invite you to leave your thoughts and reflections in the comments section below. What resonated with you the most? Do you have any insights or questions about the narratives we discussed? Your engagement not only enriches our community, but also fosters a deeper understanding of these profound themes. Together, let's continue to explore the intersections of faith, history, and culture, uncovering the lessons that ancient stories have to offer us in our modern lives. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video as we delve deeper into the fascinating world of ancient narratives and their enduring impact on humanity.